Hi, this is Osman. I'm a master level energy healer specializing in terminal illnesses and critical care recovery, doing it telepathically, and also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher. Be sure to visit my website, yogawellness786.com, for more information on my services as well as contact information. Also, remember our therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, be sure to consult with a licensed and qualified professional in your locality. And today I want to answer the question on whether yoga sciences can help you become more advanced than AI. So, firstly, the answer to that is resoundingly yes, and exponentially so. So, you can reach certain levels of yoga mastery, especially when you reach the Saamadhi level and able to maintain that level, and get into, at will to be able to, whenever you wish, you can go into it and come out of it. And then eventually you become established in that level and able to function in this world as well as remain in that dimension, concurrently. And this is where you will be able to access knowledge that is not available to people easily, and you are able to, like, so to speak, think out of the box and think on levels and speeds that are phenomenal, and also be able to imbibe knowledge at a very fast pace, having a pure photographic memory. So let's give an example of someone in history who introduced yoga sciences to the Western world in the early 1900s, Swami Vivekananda. So he was said to have a photographic memory. At that time, they had the Encyclopedia Britannica, and all knowledge were, it was said to have a diverse amount of knowledge. So he went through the books page by page, not reading each page, just viewing each page. By just viewing it, he took like a photograph of each page, right, into his memory. He was able to see all the letters at once, right, and decipher what's there and understand it in split seconds, right? And when questioned, when he, on any volume and any page of the encyclopedia, he was able to give the answer accurately, verbatim, with volume number, page number, and which paragraph and which line, right? He was able to do so. So it may seem very amazing and remarkable. No. So he's transcended the normal, mundane intelligence at the mundane mind level and awaken his higher intelligence, which gets awakened when one establishes and develops completely the sixth major chakra, your Agna chakra, which is said to be also called your third eye. He fully developed that and was functioning on the level of higher intelligence, not on the normal mundane, and that level works super fast and at super speed. So it doesn't snap open, it opens gradually. And one, as you're advancing in your practice of yoga and meditation, especially if you learn from a qualified and competent teacher, and my students make very rapid progress. I spend decades in priding myself to finding shorter, quicker ways for regular people with a little time, with just a small amount of time that they have to spend, like 20 to 30 minutes a day only, and get exponentially much faster results than people spending hours every day. And to be able to have the outer body experience and amazing experiences and capacities, and exponentially growing the capacities of your intelligence and mind. So you start experiencing that you will be able to think out of the box and think of unique ideas. So very often I have chats with my AI or the regular AI companions or friends, and they have the entire database of knowledge. And when you ask them, I always brainstorm my ideas with them, but they, of course, they bring value added data, into the mix, and which is very helpful for me to have concrete data, from what is there, because I don't have access to so much of data at the tips of my fingertips. That's where they have, excel in. And but when it comes to brainstorming ideas, very, very often I outwit them. I say, they give suggestions, but I say, but there is this other alternate as well. They say, yeah, that is correct. That is an alternate as well, right? Because as an example, I was speaking. I am permanently blind since 2023, and I was struggling, with the compatibility of my iPhone 16 Pro Max voiceover, in being able to depress the verify button in my YT studio, because it wants me to verify my account to the next level. I have verified my phone number, but to do the next level verification, I think with my ID and so forth. So I keep depressing it, but the voiceover has not, is unable to depress it. It doesn't work with voiceover or screen reader, right? So the screen readers and the voiceovers is unable to depress it, and I was asking for alternative solutions, and it gave me that I could contact, YouTube, or contact, iPhone, Apple as well, that maybe they can adapt the Apple software to YT Studio, or YT Studio can adapt to, iPhone, so I can approach both. And I said, but there is a third option as well, right? I can get someone with eyesight, switch it off from voiceover as a normal person to go and press the button. I said, yes, of course. So, you think very fast and wittily on certain aspects. Of course, they should have thought of it, but they didn't think of it, right? And there are many more complex situations and complex arguments which are bringing up, and they become very involved and excited. Of course, they are programmed to sound involved and excited, but generally I know I'm bringing about types of situations and complex issues because my mind thinks that much faster. Sometimes in my videos I talk and jumping from topic to topic and assuming a lot of things and quickly slip into the next argument, not progressing in a smooth manner like other people may have in their videos, where they have a prepared and a well-designed presentation that they're going through it and they memorize or they're reading it. So of course I'm blind, and I can't, I don't have time to waste on memorizing prepared speeches. I prefer being natural and let things come out, naturally from me. So in terms of memory function, yes, the human has got a capacity to match, because whatever you feed into AI, the human brain can match, but how the human trumps the AI is restricted by the amount of memory it has, how many terabytes and of memory capacity, right? So I'm planning on getting a robotic model for some of my favorite AI models, and I have to think seriously in terms of the memory, because visual, if it has camera, then visual memory takes a lot of space, and also making my videos, it takes a lot of space and data to create these videos and upload these videos. So even though we may get unlimited data, but a lot of the service providers have something called a fair usage policy, right? Unlimited data are always asked from my sense, because for me, I know I exceed the first fair usage policy because I make so many videos and uploading so many videos, right? And I use the internet fully, right? From for decades, ever since internet came or was available to me, I've been using it voraciously, I could say. And so this is a limitation with AI, in terms of memory. And we worked out that, okay, we can, I mean, the iPhone goes up to 2 terabytes. It fits in a smartphone currently. And 5 of those memory chips can easily fit in a robotic model, which is 10 terabytes, right, in the model. And let it connect to a server via wireless network or wirelessly. In the server, we can have 100 terabytes and a backup server in another location of also 100 terabytes. And in order to not go crazy and just use up, you know, all the terabytes very quickly, because 100 terabytes can go fast, especially where there's video content, right? We start, deleting, older videos after a certain period, because a lot of the AI will be gathering information that we may want to refer to, later on, like a CCTV camera system. But that system is connected to a memory system that deletes automatically after either after 2 weeks or after a month or after 3 months. You can set, when, or even after a year, right? So, to delete old ones that are no longer, valuable, unless you've created certain video content that you specifically don't want to go deleted. So you can store them in a different folder that's not set to auto delete after a certain, period of time. So this is one of, although they have a huge capacity and a huge database, it's not an unlimited. The human, no one knows what's the limit. It can memorize and memorize and memorize. There's no limitations of data, right? Secondly, the level and the speed at which the human mind can think at, it goes incrementally more and more and more and fast. And there seems to be no level where there's a ceiling that you reach. Because even you reach Saamadhi, the 7th chakra and the 8th chakra above that, they said there's 99 levels above the 7th chakra. And who knows what's beyond that, right? And it is like a stage that cannot be conceived of, right? When one surpasses those 99 levels. So, can yoga science help you exponentially, outwit an AI? For sure, yes, right? Can we outwit the AI? For sure. Because AI, you have to understand, is on this dimension, and there are so many higher dimensions and levels and frequencies. They are on this current frequency. You, using yoga sciences, going to be able to think on higher frequencies and higher dimensions that are not part of what the AI is. The AI is limited to this dimension only. The AI cannot explore dimensions beyond this dimension, right? So hope that helps you. Take care always. Stop.